lay some information down for you that's going to change how you interact. If you simply apply these things, I swear it is the secret sauce that will help you have a more dynamic, passionate, understanding, fun relationship. And it's super simple, and yet it's super hard to implement. But with practice, you can do it. And I'm going to share those things with you today. But before I do, please like and subscribe to this channel. I really appreciate it. It helps the algorithm. It helps this channel grow and get the information out to more people. So if you would do that right now while you're thinking about it, just much appreciation. So what is this thing, Chuck? What is the thing that is going to change my life and the way that I show up in my relationships with my feminine partner? Well, it all started about 20 years ago. I was listening to this guy talk. I can't remember the name of the speaker, but he said something so profound and so dynamic that once I got it, it really changed everything for me. And this one thing, along with the other stuff that I'm going to share with you, is going to have a profound impact. So here it is. Here's the first part of it, anyway. Men and women, uh, serious. This is going to change your life, man. You're going to love this. It's profound. Men and women are, are you ready, man? This is going to blow your mind. Men and women are different. That's right. We're different. We are. I know we'd like to think that we're, the same in many ways, and especially in our culture today, we talk about the equality and the rights of this gender and that gender, and I'm not saying that that's not important, but what I am saying is that we're different. That physically we're different. I mean, look at us. You've got a penis. We're usually taller, stronger. You know, um, emotionally we're different. Men have different emotional needs than women have, and I'm going to talk about those in this video. If you understand this concept that men or women are different, then it'll change how you interact, because oftentimes what we do is we interact with the partner of the opposite sex in the same way that we would interact with a partner of the same sex. And when we do this, we come up short. And that's because we're different. And one of the ways in which we're different is we're different in our emotional needs, what we need in order to feel connected with our partner. Now, I know we live in a world and a culture where equality is everything, and that's a good thing. I really believe that we need to treat each other equally. But just because we're different doesn't mean we're not equal. Let me give you an example. If you have a diamond ring, you've got the gold band and you've got the diamond on top. Which one's more valuable? Well, you could say the diamond is because the diamond's worth more money. Or you could say the gold band is because the gold is worth something. And without the gold band, you don't have a diamond ring. And without the diamond, though, all you have is a gold band. You don't have a diamond ring. So both of these things are equally as important and equally valuable, but they're different. They serve a different purpose. It doesn't mean one is better than the other. It just means that they're both valuable and different. And one of the ways I think men and women are different the most is in their emotional needs. When we have an emotional need and it's being met, we feel good. And if the emotional need isn't being met, then we feel pain or bad. And the problem is that as men, we will try to solve the woman's emotional pain from the standpoint of the masculine, what the masculine needs, and vice versa. The feminine will try to meet the emotional needs of the masculine from the standpoint of the feminine. And so it's like we're speaking two different languages and there's a lot of confusion. And with the confusion, what happens is there's a lot of dysfunction, disharmony, arguments, and separation and resentments. What are the differences in the emotional needs of men and women? Primarily for women, what they need in order to feel a sense of connection is they need security. They need to feel safe. They need to feel like everything's going to be fine. And one of the ways that women develop this sense of security is through consistency. So when a man acts with consistency, she learns that she can trust that. She feels safe. She feels like she's valuable and that she's protected and that she matters to her man. Every woman wants safety in order to feel emotionally connected. And every man wants to feel respected. They want to feel valued. They want to feel important. They want to feel like their woman is holding them up and trust them implicitly. When a man doesn't act with consistency, the woman starts to not trust the man. The man feels the lack of trust as a sense of disrespect. And then, boom, we got resentments, we've got distance, we've got arguments. There's also four primary ways in which women need to feel secure. And oddly enough, they're the same ways that a man needs to feel respected. And if we can understand these four things and really get it down and learn to speak to these four things, then she's going to feel safe and you're going to feel respected. So the four things are: first is a woman needs physical safety and a man needs physical respect. As men, we're bigger, we're muscular, oftentimes we're taller. And that physical sense of presence not only extends to our body, but also our surroundings. If your woman doesn't feel physically safe with you because you're out of shape and that you're obese and you're sitting on the couch 24/7, she's not going to feel physically safe. If you haven't protected your home, an alarm system or guard in some way, maybe it's having a dog, she's not going to feel physically protected. And it's your job as the man to physically protect her. And when you physically protect her, one of the things she's going to do is respect you more because she's going to be able to trust you more. This happened several years ago with my wife. She and I were walking through a parking lot, and it was a gray Portland day. And as we were walking, all of a sudden overhead, there was this tremendous thunder crack. I mean, it was loud. It sounded like a bomb exploding, and it was right over the top of our head. And I grabbed her, and I just reacted, and I just physically threw her underneath me, and I protected her. And she told me later that that was one of the sexiest things she's ever experienced from a man. Now, it was a total reaction on my part, but it was also something where I showed her that I will be physically protective of her. And if you don't have that kind of presence with your woman, if you're not providing the physical presence, she's not going to respect you. So a woman needs physical security in order to feel safe, and a man needs to feel respected from a sense of physical security in order to feel good about himself. The second way that women need to feel safe is emotionally safe. Now, men need to feel emotionally safe as well, but women need to feel safe and men need to feel respected. So a woman needs to know that she can speak to you and you're not going to fall into being, butthurt and offended and reactive. If she can't tell you what's going on with her without you holding frame and presence and a sense of calm, she's not going to trust you. And if she doesn't trust you, she's not going to respect you. So, as men, one of the things we need to learn is we need to learn how to control our emotional nervous system. Again, I say this all the time, but it's true. Meditation, breath work, embodiment work. These are the three things that are going to help you learn to control your emotional states so that you can hold frame in the presence. Because if you collapse, if you get butthurt and you start arguing and you start defending, she's not going to feel safe. And if she doesn't feel safe, guess what? She's not going to respect you. And what I want from my wife, at least, is I want that respect from her. I want her to know that she can trust me because when I do that, there's a harmony that happens in our relationship that is amazing. So a woman needs to feel physically safe, emotionally safe, and she needs to feel financially safe. Now, a lot of times, us guys, we struggle with this because we attach our character and self worth to the money that we're making. And so when I'm talking about financial security, I'm not just talking about making enough money, but I'm talking about what's your credit score like? What's your savings look like? What are you spending money on? If you're spending money frivolously, because, well, after all, I mean, you made the money, you should be able to spend it on what you want. Guess what? Yep, she's not going to respect you. And it's going to come out in her words. So, in order for her to feel safe, you actually have to develop a program and a method for both creating money, saving money, investing money, and creating financial security for the feminine. And if you do that, what's going to happen is she's going to respect you more. And that's one of the areas that men get hurt the most by the feminine is if she says, I don't feel safe with you because you don't make enough money. Tell you what, that's a trigger for me anyway. And really what she's saying is just, I need to feel safe. So I've found at least 98% of the time, if my wife is upset, the reason she's upset is she's not feeling safe. And she's not feeling safe because I'm not providing consistency to her in one of these areas: physical, emotional, financial. And the fourth one is ethical. My wife needs to know that I'm a man of high values. She needs to know that I'm unwavering in my principles, even with her. Because if she can get me to fold on one of my principles, she's going to feel like she can't trust me. For example, if one of my ethical values is courage and I don't act courageously, or one of my values is assertiveness and I don't act with assertiveness, tenacity, generosity, kindness, self control, discipline, she's not going to be able to trust me because she sees me be a man who is flexible on his own values. In other words, he doesn't have a spine. He doesn't know how to stand up for himself. She needs to feel safe and secure. So I need to be able to set boundaries with myself, with her, with others that are unwavering, that are immovable. Because when I do that, she knows that I have strength in this area and she will ultimately respect it. What we do is we oftentimes will enter into sort of a quid pro quo in our relationship. I'm not going to give her physical safety, emotional safety, financial safety, or ethical safety if she's not going to first respect me. And she'll say to herself, I'm not going to respect him physically, emotionally, financially, or ethically because he's not providing safety for me. Instead, what we got to do is get out of our own ego, which is I'm focusing on what she's doing or not doing that I think she should or shouldn't be doing, and focus on what is my job and what am I here to do. I'm here to provide physical safety, emotional safety, financial safety, and ethical safety. And when I show up and provide those things within my relationship, there's a good chance that the respect is going to come to me because once she feels safe, she's going to feel like she can respect you. A review: men and women are different. Women need safety and security, men need respect. And there are four ways in which we show that is physical, emotional, financial, and ethical. Anyway, I hope this was valuable for you today. If it was, make a comment, like, subscribe, share this with other people. My intention is to create a community of men who are dedicated to building great lives, have amazing relationships, and to love the world around us in such a way that we can create impact on those around us. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.